This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and far. See, this is what He Knows Everything was talking about. This is what I told you guys. Errol the True Spence is the face of boxing. It's not Deontay Wilder. Y'all need to get that through y'all thick heads. Let me say it again. Errol the True Spence, not Deontay Wilder, is the face of boxing. I told you guys this stuff. Because you got to understand, in boxing, you have to understand fighters, and you have to understand their pedigree, and you have to understand the way that they move. Errol the True Spence is a generational fighter. Do you guys even understand what generational talent means? It means that Errol the True Spence comes once every fucking generation. Let me say it again. Errol the True Spence comes once every generation. They call him the truth because there's no lies in his damn fist. The major single factor that's a delineation, that's a distinction, that's a gulf and a separation between Errol the True Spence and Deontay Wilder is Errol the True Spence got skills to pay the bills, man. Let me say it again. Errol the True Spence got skills to pay the bills. He has boxing skills. Errol the True Spence is the most technically and fundamentally sound fighter in the game. And it's not even close. The best body snatcher 2.0 iteration after Marvin Hagler, who was the 1.0 iteration, God rest his soul, in the game. Errol the True Spence is a coach's dream. He listens to the game plan to the T. No fighter in today's modern day era listens to their coach better than Errol the True Spence. That's how Errol the True Spence is getting victories after victories after victories, man. He listens to his coach. All airfield fighters do this. Floyd did it with Floyd Sr., Jeff Mayweather. Andre Ward has done this with Virgil Hunter. When it's all said and done, Errol the True Spence listens to the game plan to the T. He doesn't deviate from the game plan. You know why? Because Errol the True Spence is the truth. See, y'all don't understand this shit, dog. When it comes to boxing, Spence is the face of boxing. When you talk boxing, you gotta talk Errol the True Spence. And when you talk Errol the True Spence, you gotta talk boxing. They're synonymous with one another. Because when it's all said and done, Errol the True Spence is that dude. Y'all can't take away from Errol the True Spence, dog. Y'all can't take away from the fact that Errol the True Spence is the guy at the welterweight division. That Errol the True Spence is that guy that's dominating in dominating fashion. That Errol the True Spence is the one that when it's all said and done from a boxing standpoint, he can't be stopped. That Errol the True Spence can't be basically taken away from. That Errol the True Spence basically cannot be stripped of his boxing ability, his boxing pedigree, his boxing affiliation. But Deontay Wilder doesn't have those same level of skills. Deontay Wilder does not have skills to pay the bills. Deontay Wilder is just all power. I've always known that. But he had athleticism and explosion too. You can't teach what Errol the True Spence is because he's a era-filled fighter. And I told you guys about era-filled fighters. You can't teach what Andre Ward is. Look at the LDBC. Now they're propping up Andre Ward. This is so hilarious to me. They were clowning Andre Ward after the second fight. See, when it comes to selective acceptance, because that's what black people do, it's the things that make you say, It's the things that make you say, Black people will always do selective acceptance. You want to know why they will always do that shit? Because it's in them to do it. Because black people always want to divide and conquer and divide. I'm not saying all black people are like that, but a majority of them are. Now all of a sudden we're bringing Andre Ward into the fold. What happened to accepting Andre Ward, period? When he was very critical of Deontay Wilder, they were all over Andre Ward. Now they're saying Andre SOG Ward. It's the things that make you say, It's the things that make you say, He Knows Everything was always consistent and authentic about Andre Ward from day one. Didn't deviate from day fucking one. He's Rudy Poo and Plum Brains. Classic dotes and troglodytes, like He Knows Everything says. Ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetorics. They are what they are. Brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo heads. And the ones who follow them are even worse. When it comes to boxing, Andre Ward has always been authentic and consistent. These are the guys that are picking and choosing when Andre Ward is making sense. Listen, man. Tyson Fury beat the shit out of Deontay Wilder. Accept it. Y'all name me when Errol the Truth Spence got the shit beaten out of him. I'll Hulk Hogan that shit, dog. No. I'm a re-Hulk Hogan that shit. When did Errol the Truth Spence get the shit beaten out of him? Please tell me, boxing fans. I need to fucking know. When did that ever fucking happen with Errol the Truth Spence? And if that never happened with Errol the Truth Spence, then Houston, we have a fucking problem. And you want to know what the fucking problem is that we have, Houston? That boxing fans are not being honest with themselves. That boxing fans are not telling themselves the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat truth teller fashion. You want to know what that is? And when it's all said and fucking done, that they're not telling the truth, that Errol the Truth Spence is the face of fucking boxing. He's a generational talent. Now y'all know to never in your rabbit-ass lives compare Deontay Wilder with Errol the Truth Spence. If Errol the Truth Spence didn't get the retina, Errol the Truth Spence would have had the rush hour of fucking boxing. That's why they pushed Wilder and Fury back. That was the main fucking reason. It had nothing to do with anything else. And if anybody tells you otherwise, then they don't know shit about boxing. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Oh, eeks. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Oh, eeks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.